All right, so
Yeah, you're up first.
I'm up first. Okay, so I will be tasting first the Bullet Bourbon, which is a 10-year aged Kentucky straight bourbon. Okay, made in Lawrence, Kentucky. So this is actual Kentucky bourbon here. All right. So we're actually 91.2 proof
Mm-hmm.
thing. So this is man's alcohol right here. Men alcohol.
All right.
Okay.
So
So
here's the tasting.
okay. And it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this bourbon. Obviously, that's why I have a bottle of it. Um, so even for 91 proof, it's smooth. It's not, there's no like cough reflex at the end. No. In wine. So generally I get oak and wine, which is a vanilla buttery kind of an experience. But bourbon is it's a whole different experience of oak. It's more oaky. It's more wood. It's more like you're drinking wood right here.
All right.
So I'm taking the last little bit here, and now we're gonna go on.
And we will be pairing that with an episode of Golgo 13.
Act 2, the moving target. Oh, in a helicopter.
Moving targets.
Whoa, let's check the recording first, guys.
All right.
This is just a
That's
chance for you to
nice.
look into Golgo's eyes.
You know, just gaze into the well. Okay.
So we have like
into his eyebrows.
His eyebrows, his very black eyebrows.
So
that came up behind your
yeah,
ass right
so
there.
that comes. That's why you don't want to stay in the very
Wow.
back, like you do with
Yeah.
most Gradius style games.
Yeah, because he just like rode right up your ass.
Yeah, so you want to stay about in the middle here, and fortunately shooting his bullets gives you bullets, otherwise you would run out of bullets very
Yeah,
quickly.
you would. Ooh.
Your life still automatically decreases here, so keep that in mind.
This is
So I don't know what the hell this is.
Well,
Golgo
I don't
13!
run through it.
I had to do that.
Okay.
I did what was necessary. Golgo 13 takes place
Ow,
in
right up your ass again.
basically like a real world setting, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not the only one who got that.
That was
But that was a
from the
weird
alien.
flaming.
That was. Man, they got a lot of bombs and
Yeah.
heat-seeking bombs and crap going on.
So these are like, yeah, this is presumably the Russian Air Force, because they're like MiGs and things.
So, you know, you say it's in a real-world setting, but I don't know of any fighter jet that throws fireballs. Just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the NES, and things are just
you know,
going.
there's in every direction.
All right, that's an accepted. That's an accepted means for the NES to show bullets.
Just fireballs in all directions. That's what planes have.
That's how machine guns are shown in NES
okay.
form.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did either of you notice the two planes that just split apart and fired away from Golgo?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
All right, so these first-person sections are here in the helicopter as well. We are
Wow.
fighting jet
Wow,
fighters.
that bullet was big
And
by
that
the time it
helicopter.
got to you.
You can actually shoot those and destroy them.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, fortunately when you get to the end of these sections, there is a little arrow that appears that directs you to the last guy, although sometimes you will see me just get lost completely in these sections.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But as you
Because
see,
you're just
we're up to like full health here, and like we have a lot of bullets. Those first-person sections, in addition to you dying during them, you shouldn't ever die during them because they give you way more health per kill there. Like the same, like just one thug enemy like walking with a gun gives you maybe like 10 in the hub world. It gives you like 60 or 80 in those.
Wow.
So you want to kill those because you're doing well.
Nintendo, please nerf.
The first-person sections are great. So here we get to
I was
sniping.
really hoping you were going to crash into that building.
No. This is the sniping section. That's the TV tower we're going to try and snipe someone inside of. So those are the controls, yes.
Now,
And we actually jiggle around a little bit because we're in a helicopter, see?
Okay,
So this is... Wait, I'll get to it. I need to explain some things. We're trying to zoom in here. That's not the TV tower.
Mm-hmm.
The thing they seem you pointing at, you're supposed to come over here to a slightly different one.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
That's a little asshole move that will confuse you for hours the first time you played it.
How long did it take you?
When I played it there, it went straight through.
Yeah,
No problem.
He spent hours trying to figure that
They
out.
don't let you fail the sniping sections in this game. You might remember in Mafia Conspiracy, that was some of the hardest gameplay there was.
Yeah.
But here, you zoom in and it just locks you on him, and you just press a fire button.
I did notice that.
So that's
So it's
nice.
phenomenal. So here's my question. Did Golgo have a helicopter pilot, or was he piloting the helicopter?
I feel like
while
I
he
was controlling the helicopter during the shooting sequence, so I feel like probably he just did both.
He was piloting, and that's
Oh,
how
there's
good.
the Spree River there. See? Berlin.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how good Golgo is. I don't know how he was piloting it. Did he have the stick between his knees, and he's piloting it with his knees while he's holding the
He
rifle?
probably just put it in, like, auto hover. So, yeah, we're basically... And you can see our bullets we're at 200 health. We're up to nearly... And that thing did 10 damage. Like, we get so much health back, and they do so little damage. We're nearly up to 400 bullets, which is the max ammo count for this game. You might remember it was 30 and then 60 in the other. So helicopters are kind of a dick to get.
I feel like you've done this.
I think you're just kind of bad, Sam.
Because you just seem to know where they're going to come.
Actually, no, I'm just guessing.
Oh,
Those
okay.
first-person things are just out there.
Oh, okay.
I get lost there
Here's
sometimes.
the purple lady.
Yeah, so we've
Purple
come to the
lady.
palace because a man on the street told us to check out the Green Mansion. Now let's think about this for a little bit.
Alright. So far we've had sort of an orangey woman, and then a gold woman, and now a purple woman.
Yeah, Cherry.
All the same woman.
Cherry Grace is, well, yes. Cherry Grace is the only one you need to be kind of concerned with.
She's just changed her hair color and dress and shoes.
Yeah. Well, alright. So the other thing you might notice is these first-person encounters in the hub world are always there. So if you go across an area, you'll hit it, and then if you walk to the other side and then come back across, you will hit the trigger for these first-person segments again.
Okay, so going back in. So if you're running low, you just run back to a first person segment.
That is a legitimate tactic. And if you are actually exploring these hub worlds on your own, you have to make use of these to refill your health. You will not make it otherwise.
Alright, walking through Berlin, doing our karate kicks.
Yeah, so I kicked that guy clearly, but he just... whatever.
He was tough. He needed to take a bullet.
You're always going to be draining health in these segments. I actually kicked him, and that was pretty rare. So the other thing you might notice is Golgo does have a duck, but you can't shoot while ducking. I'm talking to this guy. He's supposed to be a
Show me your
KGB.
passport.
With your foot in his face. With your foot in his face, you're talking to him.
He keeps his passport on his foot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So he warned us to get out of this part of town. So I presume that was East Berlin, and we're now in West Berlin now.
Okay, alright.
Those assholes. You have to kill them because you're always going to be draining health. But those 10 hit points you get back,
Help
really, it mitigates it. Yeah. Motorcycle guys are impossible to kill. Don't even try. So I accidentally,
Bullets too high.
yeah, I accidentally went to the station where we met our first contact, Friedrich Station, but there's no one in there now. So we have to keep going back all the way to where we started this level back in the last video.
Oh.
So rather than a side scrolling, it's more of a back and forth.
Yeah.
scroll.
And up and down sometimes. You don't really have to do it here in Berlin. That was the civilian that we tried to shoot so long ago.
And still unkilled.
Still can't shoot him.
No.
So now we're in Potsdam
And
Station.
there's nobody here. Oh no, there is.
There is someone here. Golgo 13 will always begin a cutscene directly addressing
Okay.
us, the audience.
All right. Alrighty. So this is Condor.
This is the man we saved because we killed that other guy who was in the process of sniping. It was to
Alright.
save this guy's life.
So that he could meet us in an underground station.
Yep. Oh,
Oh.
but
Oh.
he's been
Oh.
shot by someone else. Now he's giving us the ellipses.
Oh, in a turn of irony. How come we didn't save him from being sniped here?
Well, we weren't expecting it happening in a subway station.
And we
I
got
don't
what
know.
we wanted out of him,
I
guess.
would have thought Golgo would have had his super Golgo sense and would have been able to tell.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am. We were hired to protect that guy, and then.
We got the file from him. We didn't need to protect him.
We got the
anymore.
information we need, Mary. All right, it's fine.
All right.
So, Golgo 13. This game. I'm gonna get into this now. This game is censored. You might not be able to believe that, but it is. I'll be pointing out some weird things in this.
Was there boobs?
Yes, David, there was boobs.
What David notices, boobs.
I mean, it's a Japanese game.
So there, you could see when we sniped that guy, there was like blood spray coming out of his head. Like, this is an extremely violent game. They didn't censor that.
No.
That was not on the menu.
All right.
They did censor some other things though, so we're gonna actually.
They didn't censor boobs.
They did censor boobs. That was the implication I gave when David made his little reference.
Oh. David still figured out what they were though.
I mean, all right.
There were boobs.
So Miss Cherry Grace is waiting for us. She's up in room 702.
Now we're gonna get to see some boobs.
So
we're not though because it's censored.
That's the thing. These scenes.
She's in a shorter skirt.
These scenes in the Japanese version, there is a button you can press. You do have to press the button. There's an option to skip the nudity. But if you choose to accept the nudity,
which we're going to do here,
we can't, Mary. Nintendo of America has stolen from us.
Oh.
That's why I said this game is censored.
Because of those obscenity laws.
So.
And this is a game for children.
Yeah, well, the arterial blood spray is still in there, but... So, if you hit a button, she will take off her dress, show you her breasts and her panties, and then it moves on.
That's what we're contemplating here.
Yeah. They have disabled that feature for the American version, so you will always choose no breasts.
Yeah. I just don't... Why would you want to show your breasts and your panties to Golgo? He will
They have...
react.
Well, it's part of a sex scene.
Why would you want to have sex?
And we still have the sex scene. So that's still in there.
I love different colored lights.
And our health comes back.
Wow.
Your health comes back. That is brilliant. I love how specifically they show your life counter counting back up.
Yeah. So they kept in the fact that there was definitely a sex scene, but they took out the nudity. Like, I don't know.
It was implied.
I guess. But they... Nintendo of America has never been great about making implications. Like, they freak out and there's any sort of implication of anything in the NES era.
They're very conservative. They're a very conservative portion of our over-sexualized culture.
Alright, so... I mean...
Now we go up here to the helicopters.
I guess... So that makes me wonder what else is kind of being implied. Like... So, at the end of Mario, you know, Peach kisses Mario. Is that implying there was a full sex scene afterwards?
Oh, hell yeah. Between Mario and Peach,
yeah,
those two are kinky.
This is common knowledge.
I mean, holy cow, they got the whole Bowser menage a trois thing going on. You know. You know.
Alright.
Interspecies sex is what Peach is having.
Alright. So we're back in the green part of town. We actually go back to the Green Mansion, because Cherry Grace can't get us scuba gear. Where could we get scuba gear?
I don't know, from the purple chick.
Well, no one knows when they first play this game, but when you go into every single building, you eventually find out that this is the one you need to go to.
Aha, okay.
And this lady can get us some scuba gear and a spear gun.
And a spear gun.
Yes. So we're gonna think about that.
Scuba gear and a spear gun. What I could do with scuba gear and a spear gun. Golgo is thinking to himself.
Alright. And this palace is connected to the Spree River, which I mentioned before. It all comes together.
In scuba gear, searching for the hideout.
It all comes together in this, the second episode of Golgo 13, Top Secret episode.
Ooh.
So, that's it, and I hope we'll see you in the next video, Part 3.